Welcome back to Weems Motor Co. If you want to win one of these sweet hats, stick around to the end of the video. Alright, so one of my favorite things to do when I was young was to read this book that was called Pick Your Own Adventure. Now in this book, you were a spy during the Revolutionary War and you encountered situations where you got to pick and choose what you wanted to do, and based on your choice you would flip to a different page in the book and you would continue the story on. Well, here at Weems Motor Co, we've been so busy and doing all of these builds and everything, and we're finally at a point where we're in a lull. We're between two builds. We just finished up Adelaide's build and we're approaching our very next build, but I thought, how cool would it be to get you guys incorporated into choosing which motorcycle will be the next build here at Weems Motor Company. Well, if you follow the channel, and hopefully you do, hopefully by this time you've already subscribed and all of those things that go along with it, but you might remember this motorcycle that's on the table behind me. This is a 1953 Triumph Terrier. Now that's the baby cub. In that video, we scooped this thing up from a friend of ours and we said we wanted to build it. Well, little did we know it was missing a lot of parts, and this motorcycle, they only built it for just a couple years, and some of those parts that were missing are, needless to say, pretty difficult to find. But we're finally at the point in the project collecting all of those parts where we could start to build this thing. Now we want to know what you guys think. There's several options throughout this video that we're going to talk about, and this Triumph Terrier is the first of those options. Should this be the bike that we build, or maybe something else piques your interest? Because what you're going to do in order to win this awesome Weems Motor Co hat is you're going to help us choose which motorcycle to pick to be the next Weems Motor Company build. Well, if this is your choice, jump down in the comments, let us know that we should build the Terrier, but before you comment, let's go check out what the next option might be. Alright, so you guys haven't seen anything on this on the Weems Motor Company channel. This is something that I've been working on in the background, talking to a lot of people and trying to get involved in this event. And thanks to this motor, I am now able to participate in the Sons of Speed racing. This motor, everything that I've identified and been told about it, is a 1929 J.A.P. That stands for John Albert Prechtwitz, and he designed race engines from the 1920s all the way up into the 1950s. And he's a guy from Britain, and super cool motors, super performance, and this is a single cylinder 600cc thumper. Now I've reached out to Billy Lane over at the Sons of Speed, and he's given us the thumbs up to build a whole motorcycle around this engine. We've collected up some parts. We have a 1936 Royal Enfield rigid frame. We have a BSA 1942 wartime girder front end. We have a lot of things that we've been collecting, building this motorcycle in our head in preparation to when we can begin this. Now, just like that Terrier we were talking about earlier, this is a super rare engine, and when I bought it, it did not come with the magneto, which we've had the chance to source a magneto all the way from across the pond in England. And the race spec that we are going to be racing this motorcycle in, Billy said we're going to be in the pea shooter class, which means that there are no brakes allowed and no gearboxes, so you have to run a direct drive from the engine to the rear wheel. And we found this super awesome Jawa Speedway grass track racing main shaft, and it takes the energy from the engine, transplants it through the shaft, and sends it out to the back wheel. So we've collected up a lot of essential those parts. However, we're missing the intake, and this might have to be something that we jump on and machine ourselves, because people finding these parts is impossible. So if this is a project that you would think would be super cool to see come together, built, and then raced on the track, if that's something that you think should be our next build, jump down in the comments and let us know. The 1929 j.a.p. However, there's another option. So before you jump down there, let's see what the next option is for the next build here at Weems Motor Co. Alright, so the next option is this 1967 Triumph Mountain Cub. Now, you've heard me say before I've been looking for a Cub for a long time. Well, I actually came across this one and another numbers matching Cub together for a package deal, and I couldn't say no to the price. I have the numbers matching engine and a separate crate, and something I was thinking about with this one is very similar to our bike, the Rainmaker. Let's keep all that patina on there and let's just do a mechanical restoration, build this bike, because I think this might be a really cool option to take out to the Builtwell 100 next year. You've seen the video where I was riding the 56 Triumph out there ripping, having a good time, and that whole time I was riding, I was like, hey, I've got this really cool old little Cub, might be a good option. So love the bike. 1967. They only made this bike for a couple years again, but I think I have everything I need to make this into a running, operating, racing motorcycle. So 2 options for racing motorcycles on this list. If you think this Cub is the next one to do, leave it down in the comments. But you might want to hold on before you do that, because we have another option for you. Alright, so before we talk about that last option that I had brought up, just want to let you guys know that we have restocked the whole Weems Motor Co. web store. Go check it out. We got t-shirts from large all the way up to 3X. We got hats, stickers, shop rags, all kinds of cool stuff. Make sure you go over and check that out. Also, if you are part of our Patreon, something special is going to happen on this video for that giveaway of the hat. But with that being said, let's talk about that last option that we have. So you might be saying to yourself, Weems, you're doing all single cylinder motorcycles, the 53 Terrier, the 1967 Mountain Cub, and the 1929 j.a.p. What about something that's a little bit bigger in cc? Well, this option might be for you. So we've been collecting up parts and we've been stewing through this whole process of our next build, and I've collected up some parts for a 1957 Triumph TR5 pre-unit 500cc motorcycle. Super stoked about this one because this would be a show bike. So if you guys are on that wheelhouse of, you know, seeing how I do the show bike polishing and all of that things, this might be for you. We're going to do a little bit different things. We're talking about raw metal finishes on a lot of the stuff, which would require a lot of metal work and things like that. But if that's an option for you, hey, jump down in the comments and leave it below. That might be your choice. But with that, let's talk about this hat giveaway. So you've been given a bunch of different options for choices as far as what the next motorcycle to build will be. Your choose your own adventure choice. So what you need to do to get qualified to win that Weems Motor Co. hat, first thing you need to do is you need to be subscribed to our channel. If you've been watching all these years and you haven't subscribed yet, jump down and do that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. The second thing that you need to do is you need to make sure you like this video. And then the last thing to do is to jump down in those comments and tell us which one of those options you want us to build next. The 53 Terrier, the 67 Mountain Cub, the 29 j.a.p, or the 57 TR5. Do that. Jump down right now. Every person that puts a comment below with one of those options, I'm going to put your names into a database and you're going to be registered to win that hat. Now, here's the kicker. If you are one of our Patreons, every time you comment down below, you're going to get 2 entries to win that hat. So maybe that'll give you a little bit of incentive to jump over to Patreon, check us out. Not only do they get entered twice to this,
They also receive 20% off every purchase that they make at the Weems Motor Co. store. With that, guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you are new around here, jump down, hit that subscribe button. If you really like the video, hit that thumbs up, turn those notifications on, and let everyone know what's going on right here at Weems Motor Co. Peace.